Alright, let's talk about the soft play centre. Because if you grew up in the UK, this place basically raised you. No rules, no supervision, just sweat, chaos and fruit shoots. If you enjoy this and appreciate the nostalgia, make sure to subscribe and comment your favourite memory. Let's get into it. Starting with the immediate chaos. The second you walked into the soft play centre, your parents were irrelevant. Shoes off, socks on, and suddenly you were feral. Your mum would be like, "Stay where I can see you," and in the space of 3 seconds, you'd have sprinted across the room into the soft play and completely vanished. Once you were in there, it was time for the physical experience. Why was soft play actually the most intense workout of our lives? You're sprinting non-stop, crawling, climbing, diving through small gaps, and slipping on plastic. No water, no breaks, just overheating in a polyester t-shirt, lungs on fire, legs gone, and somehow still sprinting. And the air? Thick, warm, moist. But that wasn't stopping anyone. But eventually your body would give up before your brain did, and you'd get to the fruit shoot checkpoint. So you do what every kid did. Sprint back to your parents at 100% top speed, neck a fruit shoot, a Capri Sun, or maybe a slush puppy if you were lucky, all in one go. You'd always be gasping for breath as well whilst trying not to choke on the drink. Then immediately after that, you'd sprint back in just like you'd unlocked a second life and you were going back to save your mate's life. Parents were there to supervise us, but to us, they were just pit stops. Up next is climbing to the top. Every soft play had one goal: get to the top. It didn't matter how big the place was, there was always a highest point. You'd climb up there, look down at your parents and start screaming to get their attention. "Mum, mum, mum!" As if every mum in there wouldn't look over and only your mum would know it's you. And eventually, they'd look up for half a second, give you a thumbs up, then go back to their phone. Absolutely humbling. Now let's talk about the beef. Soft play wasn't always sunshine and rainbows. There was always some other kid who decided they wanted to be difficult, blocking the tunnel, crawling slowly on purpose, refusing to move. Or that one kid who thought it was WWE and just started throwing elbows for no reason. You make eye contact with these kids, both of you knowing this was personal now, having an argument over silly stuff, and it was always the other kid's fault. Like, no lie, me and my mate never started this. We just stood up for ourselves. You'd go back to tell your parents on one of the pit stop breaks and beg them to tell them off or speak to the other kid's parents. But your parents would just hit you with the, "Oh, just play nicely." But I can't lie, mum, this is war and that kid is getting decked when I go back in. If you were lucky, your parents would let you go on the go-karts if the centre had them. You'd queue up thinking it was about to be Need for Speed. Once they let you through, you'd sprint from 0 to 60 to get the car you wanted. Mine was always the red one. Then you'd get in and realise it's moving at a walking pace and you're driving around an oval circuit. Still though, these were cold as hell. Hands glued to the wheel, leaning into corners, pretending you were absolutely flying around the track like you had the bullet bill from Mario Kart. There was always one kid bumping into everyone like it was Demolition Derby, and it would always end up in an argument about who won the race when all the carts had a max speed of 3 miles per hour and the track had no room for overtaking. Sometimes you were at the soft play for a birthday party, and I can't lie, these birthday parties were actually elite. I had one myself actually. You'd all get rounded up halfway through, absolutely drenched in sweat to sit down for food. It was always the same menu: the beige buffet, chips, sausage rolls, the little triangle sandwiches no one touched, and then the cake, which you weren't even allowed to eat yet. You'd all sing happy birthday, then on the way out was the party bags. Not gonna lie, the party bag was everything. You'd get a slice of cake wrapped in a napkin, maybe a bouncy ball, some stickers, and the cheapest toy known to man. And somehow, that bag meant more to us than money. It was the best feeling ever when you could feel that the party bag was rammed and had a decent weight to it. You'd carry it home like it was the One Piece. Following this came the aftermath. By the end, you could barely walk, your parents would peel your socks off to realise your feet were absolutely destroyed. You'd get home, sit down for just a second, and immediately fall asleep by 6 PM. Soft play was chaotic, exhausting, and some of the best memories growing up. I would definitely do it all again without hesitation. If you remember this, you had a proper childhood, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this and can relate. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all in the next one.